The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble. You're listening to Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about comic books and pop culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from Fantastic Forum Studios, Los Angeles. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. Uh-oh. Jay gone.
He wanted to be introduced last.
Say what?
He wanted to be introduced last.
I guess so. The usual suspects are in the building, or most of them. Half. I'm sorry. Look, my voice is messed up. Jay's dipping in and out the show. Oz just was like, you know what? I'm just not coming anymore. No, it's like, you know, it's a rough episode already. It's rough already. We're in 60 seconds. No, hey, this is what you get. Welcome. Look, he's our riddle. Inside of an enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
All right. Next, he's the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler, and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
L'chaim.
Indeed. As for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mary Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got a great show for you today. We are going to be talking to you all about the Invincible Red Sonja. So we'll be giving you reviews and thoughts on that comic book. We're also going to be talking about the latest in comic book news and pop culture developments. And of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. But before we do all that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, who without him, this whole shebang would not have happened. So thank you, Scott. Hope you're doing well, good sir. Yeah. So we should go ahead and tell you how it is that you can get down with Fantastic Forum. Here's how.
Get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
FantasticForum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Thank you, intern. Salute. That was a weak salute. I'm sorry.
With your voice today, it actually works.
Yeah, right. It was a salute worthy of the mentioning of it. I agree. I agree. Like he like Mary Young's at half mast today.
Don't say that.
Say what?
So don't say that.
Anyway, gents, it's good to be here with you all. Hope you all are doing all right. You all feeling good? Y'all ready?
I'm tired. I'm gonna go home.
Look in the chat, Jay. Look at the chat. Exo is like, yeah, we're good. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Look, Memorial Day weekend took its toll on us. You know what I'm saying? We're still recovering from all of our remembrances.
All our rituals and offerings and everything we do.
Exactly. So, you know, forgive us. But we're still here for you. We're gonna make it happen. Well, we're here. Oz isn't. So be mad at him. Look, y'all are sending Oz hate mail anyway, right? Just, you know, add a sentence. Oh man. So anyway, okay. Well, shoot. I mean, should we just like get to it?
One quick chat from Tiger Claw, where he says, "Hey, have you been reading TMNT: The Last Ronin? Issue 3 came out last week."
I thought The Last Ronin was only 2 parts. Is it more than 2?
It's 3.
a 5-parter.
Oh, 5-parter, yeah.
Wait, so then why are they coming out with all of the director cut editions and all that kind of stuff already?
Because that's how you do in the comic industry right now.
Oh, damn! I didn't know. No, Tire Claw. I bought and read issue 1. I bought issue 2, but have yet to read it. And if I had, I guess I would have realized that it wasn't over.
I'm not quite in the same boat as Lawrence. I bought 2 and did not read it, but I did know that they were still coming out.
Got you. Okay.
I actually saw Larry and I got to go to the comic shop today, and I actually saw issue 3 there, but I didn't buy it since I haven't been reading.
Tiger Claw says issue 4 comes out in August. That's good to know. I will be on the lookout.
Yeah, like, oh, that's exciting. It's like the story was really good in the first one. And I was looking forward to reading the conclusion in number 2. And then it turned out that they're 5 now. So look, ninja magic, they multiplied like Naruto.
Shadow clone jutsu.
Shadow clone jutsu. It's like, wait, I'm so mad at your jutsu hand signs. Like, oh my God, Moses. Oh, dude, if you're listening to the audio archive, please go find the YouTube. And while you're there, like and subscribe, hit the bell notification. But please go look at Moses's hand signs. Like, oh,
I'm doing it again.
Listen. Oh no.
20 seconds in.
It's rough, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Naruto hand signs are easy to do, but you can at least like fake it better than that. I was like, what? I'm like, what is he doing? Like, this fool look like he's I think he's the Scarlet Witch. Like
I'm the Scarlet Witch. I'm actually Stephen Strange after the accident, like right after.
Like my glorious hands.
Like his hands that were in the steering wheel.
Oh, it's rough, man.
If the audience cares to see, there's a picture of us, me and Larry, at the comic shop today, and we're happy like little ass kids.
Man, we do look like little kids. I'm not mad at it. Like, wait, look, I didn't realize how happy I was to be at the comic shop with you.
I was smiling till I saw the selfie screen and I saw that you picked up moths, because that was the last one left, and I was eyeing it.
Oh, got you. That's why you're making that face.
Yeah, but I'm not mad that you got it. Like, I'm glad.
Well, I'll make sure I pass it along to you when I'm done reading it.
Yeah. What else
I was like, I don't know how to react to your unsolicited kindness.
Yeah.
Mo was like, I was ready to insult you.
Is it where you people cry?
Tiger Claw wants to know if you had to wear a mask in the comic shop.
We did.
Well,
I guess we didn't have to.
Yeah. At one point, everyone in there, which was just me, Larry, and Mike, and was it Kevin that we met today?
Yeah.
And Kevin had his mask on. Mike and Larry didn't. They're both vaccinated. And I did just because the government already conditioned me, and I'm just more comfortable with a muzzle. So, but we didn't really, in that situation, technically, none of us had to. Although in California, the restrictions haven't been lifted yet. So technically, we did according to CDC, the four of us didn't have to. But then there was people in and out because it's new comic book day. So there is people coming in and out, and we don't know what they are. So as soon as I know, as soon as that dude with his 2 kids came in, my group messed up.
Yeah.
As you tend to do, to be a little bit considerate and courteous.
Right.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
But Larry, man, you went to the comic shop, man. It was good to go to. I haven't gone to the comic shop with you in forever.
Dude, it's been years, I think.
Yeah, it was. We got to film something for you guys out there in YouTube land. So Fantastic Four Life Story #1, little discussion review. You got to be eavesdrop on a trip of me and Larry going to the comic shop. So that should be up soon. And but Larry, you came up with a nice stack of comics, man. What'd you get?
I got all types of stuff. Like, look, I did get Moths. I got another book, Basilisk. I got a couple of variant covers for the Hellfire Gala X-Men books that came out today, which was Hellions, Marauders, and X-Force.
Every time you buy those variants, it encourages them to keep doing it.
Listen, you're talking to the wrong one. Like, those variants are amazing. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if they make good ones, I buy them. And if they make sucky ones, like, listen, so the Hellfire Gala, right, is like, it's basically like think of the Met Gala, right? Like, it's basically it's kind of like it's a extravagant party that has like celebrities and dignitaries and like the who's who of like entertainment and fashion and pop culture and but it's basically like a celebrity party meeting a state dinner for the Hellfire Gala. So literally, like, this joint had like Conan O'Brien was there, and Doctor Doom, and the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers, and like the presidents of different countries or the dignitaries, and like the Shi'ar showed up. Like, it's like everybody's at this joint, right? So because it's like a big fashion thing, the alternate covers I bought are literally connecting covers for each of the comics, and it's a red carpet. And so it's like literally each cover has like one character on it in their like Hellfire Gala, like fashionista, like outfit. And then the background, the what is those called? The step and repeat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The thing in the background that usually has like the logos and stuff on the back.
All the sponsor logos where all the people take the pictures.
Right. You know what I'm talking about, Jay?
Yeah.
So, okay. So that joint in the background, each cover, the step and repeat is basically like Hellfire Gala, and it has like the logo for that particular comic. So like, it's like today, like I said, Marauders came out, Hellions came out, and friggin' X-Force came out. So you have a particular X-Man that's like from that book on each cover with the step and repeat behind them that says Hellfire Gala and the logos for the comics, and then they connect to each other. Come on, man. That's amazing. Like, why would I not buy that? Why didn't you buy it? I'm mad at you. Because it doesn't even matter if you went to the comic book store or not. You could have bought it online.
Yeah, if you had told me it came out today, I would have bought it at the same time I bought Red Sonja.
What did I just tell you?
You told me now, but I bought Red Sonja earlier.
But you can look.
I will buy
stop you, Joe. I just told you how amazing it is.
Joe, you went to the comic shop?
I went to my tablet.
Oh, okay.
Joe's all digital
shop.
I was gonna say you could have brought your comic shop with us.
Nah, Joe doesn't like comic shops anymore.
Hey, in chat, I do love comic shops. I don't like physical comics, but I like going to comic shops because I can see, like, I've seen stuff I may want to buy digitally.
It's a live action checklist.
Zilla in chat says, "Is this the gala Twitter told me Ellie Kemper was in when she was younger?" And no, that's a different Alita gala pageant. She was in. Like, yeah, that's a different kind of elitism.
She was in this like secret society beauty pageant, not beauty pageant, but like kind of like parade type of thing where she was.
Oh,
like,
is this like with Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah, the KK.
Yeah.
KK.
Oh yeah, Jay was telling me about that.
Yeah, it's weird because I just thought she was Jewish with a name like Ellie Kemper. like I think
She
I went
might
to a
be.
bat mitzvah, you know. But no, sure.
When she was when one, they had a strict no Jews, no blacks policy.
Right.
Back.
That's why I was so surprised. But the elitist place I went to, the comic shop. I'm not gonna list you everything I bought, although I usually like to list off and rattle off titles, and I got plenty to do. But one of the things I found that I didn't know existed was this nonstop Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I saw number 3. I'm like, do they even have number 1 and 2? But I'm just gonna buy 3. I'll read 1 and 2 digitally because it's Joe Kelly and Chris Bachalo doing a Spider-Man book, and that's the team that brought steampunk. Now, you listening to Fantastic Forum from a long time, not you, Nacho Valverde JV from Chile. Hello to you too, not you. But if you go back in time into our archives, you'll hear me talk about that book, Steampunk, and this is that creative team that brought it. You know, they're not using Starkings or Richard Friend, but you know, there's other people. But it has that vibe and that feel, but in a big 2 Marvel kind of organization of paneling, so it's easier to read. And I can't wait to sink my teeth into it. So
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I actually bought a print for that book.
Oh yeah,
Scotty Young.
Oh, the alternate cover print.
Yeah,
nice.
It's pretty awesome.
I bet. But
soon. I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah, look. Stay tuned. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell because I might do a one shot with a review of that. Because yeah, I'm excited.
Indeed. Okay, cool. Well, shoot. Speaking of comics we're going to review, we should go ahead and get to Red Sonja. So let's get some music going on and make it so.
Comic book
Review.
comic book
Like
review.
well, not like that, but like.
So good. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes. All right.
Transition for that.
Say what?
We need a video transition for that.
We do. What it is, I don't know yet, but we do. So, anyway, Mo, why don't you tell us what is the Invincible? The Invincible Red Sonja.
The Invincible Red Sonja is a comic book.
The end.
This one is particular. It's a brand new one that came out, I think, a month ago, more or less. It's from Dynamite, and it's the story of Red Sonja after she's been manipulated to protect the princess. So it starts off in this like almost like a noir type storytelling, and then it goes into the sword and sorcery. I feel the noir is gonna take part in the later issues, but I don't know. I didn't read the second one. Joe did, so he can fill me in on that in a little bit. But this story basically just puts her in this predicament that she saved this princess whose ship had been pillaged and plundered by a band of pirates that Red Sonja had chartered, essentially bought a ticket onto their boat for transport, and she helped them. But when it came time to rape the princess because they didn't want to take a hostage or do ransom, she stepped in and kind of protected her. And because of that, when the queen found her after the ship had been taken by sirens, the princess showed mercy on Red Sonja and basically said, "Look, I need you to be my bodyguard for this wedding, this political wedding, because I think even my own bodyguards are compromised. So you're the only one I can trust here." And she contracts her, and then hilarity ensues.
Indeed.
This book is brought to you by the good people that brought you the Harley Quinn series and All-Star Western. More importantly, All-Star Western. Moritat doing art. There's a Jimmy Palmiotti doing the writing along with Amanda Connor, which those two as a team are great. They worked on Pro, which is an awesome independent comic book that I don't see them making into a movie, and nobody wants to make toys of because it's so irreverent. Nobody wants to pick up and bring you more of it.
They got a chance now with Amazon.
Maybe.
If they talk to the right people at Amazon, I think they can get it done.
Look, even Netflix, I think Netflix will do it because really, like, Netflix is like a Saudi prince. Like, they could pay people like Eddie Murphy, make a special, sign a contract. I need $102 billion and a right hand. Make it so, says Ted Sarandos, and he'll do it. They give people contracts like that. So, it just depends the right people take an interest in it. But yeah, they're husband and wife too. So I'm a sucker for those creative teams as well. I like to see what people do together. I can see, maybe they fought on this idea. I get curious about that. So once I saw that, and it's Red Sonja. I mean, Red Sonja is a character that was created, I think, by Roy Thomas or something in a Conan book, and it became part of the Conan grand mythos to the point where Conan was in her movie back in the 80s. But it wasn't Conan, but it was Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a King Conan type character. And that was basically Conan, just not called Conan. And then here, it's gone on to do other things. It's like the comics always intrigue me because it's like they were created at Marvel, Red Sonja, but other people do it. It just became part of the Conan thing. So people just automatically, by people, I mean me, automatically assumed it was Robert E. Howard that created her. But yeah, and it's like it's cool to see here. In Dynamite Comics #1, I bought the cosplay cover for Red Sonja. It's a model dressed as Red Sonja, and then I also got the regular. I guess this is just a regular cover. It just looks like a painted cover, and I've been toying with the idea of giving everything we review out, or at least everything I review out, to the listeners. So if anybody wants it, all you got to do is be a subscriber and tell me you want it in the comments, and then we'll take it from there.
Nice.
But yeah.
So Jay, what was your like? Give me your 20-second take on this book. What did you think of the Invincible Red Sonja #1?
It's Conan, but a girl.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, that's my take on the entire book.
Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's good if you like Conan. It's bad if you don't.
That's fair.
I mean, I honestly would rate this the same way I rated the Conan books we read. It's like, it's competent in what it does. It's just not for me.
Got it.
I mean, yes, this has the added detriment of all the non-nudity throughout.
You look, Jay. They gave you some like under boob, right? That doesn't count for something.
No,
that doesn't make it better than Conan.
No.
Oh.
No, that doesn't.
Look, they give you whatchamacallit, a siren nipple.
Not even like the whole nipple though.
I saw it and I was like, oh, Jay's ready.
I would have rather done no nipples than the
now he like there's no pleasing you, Jay. If they had done no nipple, you've been like, there's completely zero nudity. And now they do one nipple, then you're like, why do just the one nipple?
That would have been better. Like, I would have had more respect for it. Like, half measures are not good in general.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't need nudity, do you?
No. That's why it sucks when they put a half step
right.
in.
But why is no nudity like a detriment for the book?
because it's a half step. That's what I'm saying. If it had been no nudity at all, I would have been fine. It's like even like the hot tub scenes and the getting dressed scenes, there's nothing shown at all, and I'm fine with that. Like, yeah, that's groovy. But like the half step, half nipple things with the sirens, it's like just either take them, either don't draw it or cover it up with the seashells or whatever you want to do. It's like, yeah, it's the half step that gets me.
That's fair. No half measures for Jay. Unholy Beelzebub. Heck agrees with you. I'm looking into chat.
He says, "Don't tease the nudity if you aren't going to deliver." For less.
Yeah, that comment before that one is hilarious too. You see,
underboob ain't shit in 2021.
I was like, dang. I guess he's right. They're like underboob. That's just what people just go out with underboob, right?
Right.
See, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I didn't say last time I saw Oz, he was showing underboob.
Hey, you got to subscribe to Oz's package, man. Hit the bell.
Yeah, I think if I was more of a Conan fan, I would have enjoyed this more. Actually, technically, I did enjoy this more than the Conan books we read because it does have the modern sensibilities.
Yeah.
But it does still feel like Conan, which I'm just not that into. Like, for better or worse, I'm just not a huge fan. I can appreciate that it's done well, just like with the Conan books. Like I rated them a 3 because even though it's not for me, I could tell it's done well. Like, right, it's just not my thing. But I can appreciate it for what it is—a well-crafted story. And it's the same thing with this. It's a well-crafted story. Actually, even kind of interesting. Like, we get to the second issue, and in the second issue, they finally get to the city. Red Sonja mentions that she has a past, and she ends up stopping 2 attacks on the princess's life. Except only one of the attack was actually on the princess, and one was on her, because as soon as she entered the city, a bounty was put on her head.
Wow.
Related to the past, relating to the past that she came from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. Actually, I think I do enjoy this more just because of the modern sensibilities. But yeah, it's cool. Like,
well, even the writing style, like it's in the Palmiotti Amanda Connor style, which I know you like. So just style alone should give you added that extra half a point at least than what you would give a Conan.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, honestly, that's really why I picked this book, other than I liking Red Sonja, because I like Conan, and Red Sonja is a woman, and her stories are a little bit different because men in general, but men in that era and area treat women differently. So seeing Conan and seeing Red Sonja, it's it's different. You know, like those pirates aren't trying to fuck Conan. Yeah.
Oh, well, a few of them. Happy Pride Month. Yeah. But yeah. It's like, yeah, it's one of those things where the dynamic of her being a woman does affect how the stories play out. And
they did take a scene from one of the Conan movies and almost recreate it perfectly.
Which one?
Except a little different. there's a scene in Conan, and well, do I describe the Conan scene or the scene in the book?
Compare the two.
All right, so there's a scene in Conan where they're escorting this princess, and she's asking her manservant if he's sexy or not, or if he's handsome, because like she's been sheltered and she doesn't know, and she's like trying to make like she doesn't have anything figured out, and that's why she's asking like, is he handsome? Like looking at him, like, and she's like, oh, well, okay, I'll decide that he is, whatever. So in the book, they have a scene where the princess is being married, and it's an arranged marriage. She's never met the guy, and she's basically talking to Red Sonja about her past, and she says something to the effect of, "Your story doesn't involve what I'm gonna be doing with my husband," and like she's like blushing, and she kind of like says, tells her like, it's not gonna hurt, but just if you have any questions, ask me after you're married. And it's like a cool little scene. Rips almost like it felt more like it really reminded me of that scene in Conan because of the inexperience and the kind of like the shelter, the inexperience.
Yeah. Like the naivete.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though she's got some like she's not like a completely naive character.
Right.
You've even wait, was that in
She's sheltered.
Even in the first issue, like when she talks to Sonja again, she says, "Yeah, I know it was about to happen to me, and you saved me. That's why you're still alive."
Mm-hmm.
Not like completely naive, but she is. I would actually use the term innocent. Ish.
So yeah, Mo, you mentioned like you are a big Conan fan. So what did you think of the book?
I enjoyed it. Like the modern sensibilities. Like I read the the Spider-Man Red Sonja crossover. Yeah, like Red Sonja is one that like with Conan, I'm like, how are they gonna bring this into the MCU? And it worked. One shot link up here somewhere. That I reviewed that, and these characters kind of I like the sort of sorcery that fantasy, medieval fantasy type, but even like Bronze Age fantasy, not even medieval. So this was an easy one for me, and Moritat's art too. Like I like it. He made her look curvy and stuff, but she's also muscular.
Yeah.
So she looks like a fitness model, and
yeah.
they mentioned that she has like she's almost dead, but her grip on her sword like never leaves. Like they couldn't pry it off, shit like that is, and it looks like you see her forearm gripping, the Kirby forearm, and it's like you could see she's holding on to that thing. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I wish I would have known to say that again.
I also liked when she got shot and she kept fighting.
Yeah, I wish I would have. I was raising a barn, so I couldn't pull some art. But there's like these panels right here where it's just her in battle, and it's like it looks very claustrophobic and just she's fighting a bunch of dudes, and it's just cool. Like it does what it does, and Dynamite over here, doing this type of work, and they're gonna keep me for this one. I actually did go to when I went to the comic shop, I did pick up where is this? Another Sumerian book that I didn't know existed. And I haven't read it yet, but it does look like it has that same vibe. But it's right here. But yeah. All right, yeah, that's it. And it's like, you get the detail, the bottom right here, you got her with the sword, but the trees are like out of focus. It's almost very cinematic, but very like Jason Bourne action scene, you know? And that's
Yeah.
just a page, and it's like normally they put those type of like dynamicism in like a splash page, and they did it here in like panel, yeah. The hand in so and you know, I really enjoyed that a lot. The grittiness right there in the blue, even the lettering looked all
Yeah.
it was just it's a well put together book, and I can't. I'm gonna keep reading it. I don't care what Joe says. Although Joe, you should watch the animated movie because the animated movie is written by Gail Simone and directed by Gail Simone.
There's an animated Red Sonja movie.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
I think 2017.
Jesus, Mo.
Yeah.
Tell me.
That was when I didn't watch cartoons because I was getting mad at cartoons, and I realized I'm a grown ass man. I don't need to be angry at cartoons, so I just stopped watching cartoons. But now I'm back on cartoons, kinda. And yeah. So hey, look, we might have to do I might go shopping with Joe, and then we'll review the animated movie in the car.
That sounds fair. I haven't seen that either. It sounds interesting. I would like to see it.
And then she did have a run on Red Sonja about it. I don't remember. I thought it was on for Dark Horse. Her run is what actually has been keeping these runs coming because they've been constant in the last like 4 or 5 years. Like her run established the bisexuality for Red Sonja, and I think it established it like as suggested, like not they didn't show her banging 2 people, yeah, 2 different genders of people. But that's Gail Simone. You take that up with Gail Simone, Joe. But then the next writer like actually showed it. So showed a relationship with it, or something that confirms it. I haven't read those, but I might go back and read those, especially since I do want to watch that animated movie. And I really like in the old cartoon Conan the Adventurer, they had a Red Sonja episode that was good.
Yeah. I will say I really enjoyed this book as well. Like the writing was great. The art was fantastic. I felt like it, like even like what you were talking about with the paneling, like the design of the book, I really enjoyed too. And I thought the story was like really interesting and paced well because like the story, like the overarching story is somewhat basic, but the way that they choose to tell it, it's like a lot happens, it feels like, in this book. And it doesn't give you the opportunity to get like lulled into any particular like one aspect, because it feels like each like in this first issue, you literally like hop from like one interesting thing that Sonja is involved in to the next interesting thing to the next interesting thing. And you know, while the book ultimately just sets up like what is, you know, a pretty what might be considered standard fare as far as a fantasy story might go, where you're like, hey, be my bodyguard and I'll pay you more money than you've ever had before in your life, right? It's like, I mean, that's a story you see often, but this joint was like, you had pirates, you had sirens, you had Red Sonja battling a whole army of dudes by herself, and it's just like, you know, it was great. Like that aspect of things is great, and the setup to that point where you're like, oh, okay, so now we know what the story's going to be about was great.
The sirens part I really enjoyed, aside from the half nipple.
That's where most line.
Because I didn't even see the half nipple at all. But I was focusing on how every male succumbed or succumbed to the siren's call, and then to Red Sonja, it was like a screech, like she wasn't.
Yeah.
And then that's a little dynamic that you wouldn't have seen in Conan. Yeah, you didn't see in Homer's Odyssey. Yeah, so and that I read that. I don't read literature or anything like that. But, I was like, oh, that was interesting. Like that was a different take for me.
Yeah.
What I did enjoy about the sirens is how their bodies like are turned into their tails. Like the coloring was really phenomenal.
Yeah.
With that, so like the way it blends, like the body just blends into the tail, was like really good on all the sirens.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I think I can pull it up real quick.
So I bought Plagues.
Say again?
I bought Queen of Plagues and the Red Sonja animated movie.
Gosh, I love how you just dropped that name like we all supposed to know what it is. You didn't know what it was just a second ago. You just drop it on us like, oh, I bought that.
He assumed I knew what it was.
I
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe says no half measures. No half measures.
And I like the musical notes, like they're musical notes, but they're like distorted.
Yeah.
Very metal.
Yeah. That's a cool thing. There's a point where in the book where the princess like tells Red Sonja that that because she struck her, like she's fortunate that the punishment for striking me is being put to death, and she's telling her this while she grabs her by the arm and is like like yelling at her, and Red Sonja like does like the punishment for seizing my arm and spitting in my face is a severed limb and a snapped neck. I suggest you let go. And wait, but look, I gotta pull this up too, because I was just like, the part that makes it like that's a great line and just like cool writing, but the part that really sells it to me, where I was just like, oh, I love it, is like literally the look on her face. Like, hold on, can y'all see this? Like, look at that look on her face, though. Where she is like so like nonchalant, like she's not angry. She's just like literally like just informing her, like, let me just tell you what the punishment is for what you're doing right now. she's just like, it's not even like she's over it. She's just more like, why would you do this? Why would you do that? And I was like, that was great to me. I was like, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I think that's pretty emblematic of the book, where it's just like it has cool little moments like that, and it's like it's more than just the line on its own. It's more than just the art on its own. It's the combination. It's the situation, the art, the line, and you put it all together, and it's like, yeah, like they're doing some good stuff. Like even like how you mentioned, where it's like how she was fighting all those people and getting shot with the arrows, and she's still fighting. And it's like that in and of itself is a cool thing as far as the situation goes. But more than that, it's like the inner monologue you have of her leading up until that point, as well as how they represent her doing that stuff. Like she obviously has some sort of enchantment or something going on with her, but she can still feel pain. And so she's fighting, and she knows she's fighting and taking all these dudes out, but she's still like getting hit and getting hurt, and she's angry that she's getting hurt, and she's still taking them all out. And it's a very cool and awesome moment of from that story.
I also like this page a lot, where she just goes into the darkness to fight.
And you just hear clank, clank, shoot, shoot, crunch.
Yeah, you just hear the sounds.
And you see little appendages here and there.
Yeah.
That is cool. Is that from 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man. So it seems like they're pretty much hitting it out the park with this book. So if I would definitely say it's the kind of book that if you're a Red Sonja fan, you have to read it. But if you're not a Red Sonja fan, you might want to give this a shot anyway, because it very well might appeal to you just on, just a good storytelling kind of level. So, Jay, what would you rate the Invincible Red Sonja #1?
I would give it like a 3.5.
Yay! Underboob wins.
It's just the style. I like the writing style, and some of the artwork is pretty cool.
Just give it a 4. Come on. You want to. Like, you wouldn't be laughing like that if you didn't want to give it a 4.
I kind of want to.
Yeah, 4. Come on, live a little.
But at the same time, I got to stand by my principles.
Yeah, but when you die, it's like, I should have given it a 4.
When you die, is that what Jay's going to think about on his deathbed? Why didn't I give it a 4?
It was 1 point better than Conan.
It's like Palmiotti, Connor, Moritat. I'm sorry.
You read issue 2, like.
Well, I always do that. Like, even if I'm hating it, like if I buy what's available, so it's not necessarily a how much I like the book. It's just how prepared I like to be for the show.
Well, look, I think if you don't like the book, you buy more of it. He's like, it's got to be better. It's got to get better. And you've done that like 3 times, right? The last couple of reviews, you've done that like 3 times.
Well, I buy it all at once. Like, yeah. So it's like, but plus, I like to think that Jimmy Palmiotti knows how much I love his stuff.
Yeah. And that actually brings me to another point. We might have, because he had a Kickstarter and I funded it entirely. I funded it entirely.
Wait, that true?
No.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, dang, I'm like, Money Magnum.
One day I'll do that. Watch. It's gonna be a $30 like fundraiser campaign. I funded it entirely. But it's just called Sex and Violence. So I'm sure, and it's him and Amanda Connor with Dave Johnson doing,
Oh, okay.
His friends do pinups and stuff for it. So I think the tier I did was the first 3 issues, because they're on 3 now. So I just got all 3 issues, and so I have a feeling it'll be like this, but with nudity.
Oh, 4.5 for Joe.
I do enjoy nudity.
So, Moses, what would you rate the Invincible Red Sonja #1?
Look, this one's easy, man. It's like a 4.5. Look, I was gonna say 4.5, but for me, it's actually a 5, because like, what keeps me from that half? But yeah, it's 5 angry people that she's wearing a bikini. 5 angry people that don't like that she's wearing a bikini. Notice nobody uses her as an example when they're talking about armor, revealing armor, because she can fight naked and nobody's gonna cut her. Like, she don't need that armor. Like, that's ornamental, and that just goes to what the characters you write. Like the 300 Spartans fought naked. Nobody would cover them up. Yeah.
Speaking of offended people, I really love the Frank Cho covers, the alternate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. That was funny.
I'm actually going to go back and buy the white cover.
That makes sense. That feels on brand for Moses.
I've been, the pandemic ruined my shit, so I haven't bought any white covers in like over a year. So I got to make up for time.
I would also give the Invincible Red Sonja 5 out of 5. I enjoyed it a lot. Like, and here's the thing. I didn't go into the book knowing what to expect. I did know the creative team, and so I did have like reasonably decent expectations because I know all those people are good, but I didn't expect to enjoy it or be enthralled by it as much as I did. So yeah, 5 out of 5.
Tiger Claw in chat says, who would win in a fight between Tarna and Red Sonja?
Look, I can get really deep and philosophical and actually give you an educated answer, but I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Do you want the educated answer, or do you want the like nitty gritty, dirty answer? Like, it's up to you guys. I'm gonna give you both. Fuck it.
Give them both.
The educated answer is I would just see them making out. Yeah. But the lowbrow answer is basically, I think Tarna might look. Red Sonja is like peak physical shape, strength, stamina. All those are like peak human because of that conditioning, that intense conditioning. But she also has experience fighting supernatural threats, like hand to hand. So, that puts her like at a high level. But Tarna's like, she's borderline a god, So it's kind of.
She also has access to better weapons.
Yeah, that too, and so she's on more on a cosmic level. So I think Tarna would do it. But in the perfect universe, they just make sweet love while I watch.
Epic's been sending, so hello there. Hey, Epics.
Hello. So cool. All right. Well, shoot, you all ready to transition into some news?
Some news, yeah. As soon as I hit that button.
Comic book news.
We should have a
Comic book
like current.
news.
Well, not like that, but like.
It's hilarious. I love when you make that face.
Yeah, I don't need to anymore, so I just did it.
Yeah.
For nostalgia. But
I was gonna say, folks, if you want to get down and talk to us about a news item or have a comment on something we're talking about, feel free to call in. The description should have a link where you can hit that and you can be the 4th member of Fantastic Forum. Coveted 4th member, because Oz is no more. No, I'm sorry. Oz is just working. He's still around. Yeah.
Energy crisis.
Right. Exactly. All right. Go ahead, Mo. What were you going to say?
So Oz is not being here. He missed an opportunity to, make me feel dumb. He did it in text, but that was pre-production. Because they announced the Alan Scott Green Lantern guy, the cast, and basically the guy announced himself on his Instagram, "Look, I'm happy to be a part," and then he put the oath, which the oath to me had always just been the newer Green Lantern, not the Golden Age Green Lantern, because there's no Oa, there's no, he's not a space police, and the oath always seemed like the oath of service that you take when you go into service. And he didn't have, as far as I know, he didn't have a guide, but yeah, Oz basically told me, he had the same oath too, and it's like, oh, that seemed like it made me rethink, the new Green Lantern versus the old, where it's like they didn't even change that. Like, you know, they give you this new thing and it's the same oath as the old shit. Like, and I can imagine, I can see like the oath being like the spell that you have to cast, because that old Alan Scott is like Solomon, the knowledge that Solomon got in the Ars Gotia to like summon demons and shit with the magic lamp and all that. The what do they call that shit? The the genies, the jinn. Yeah.
Jinn. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see it being like that, and it's also like the power of Thor inscripted on the hammer when Donald Blake found it. So I can see why, in hindsight, I can see why Alan Scott did it. But that story did make me confused, and but we'll see. I mean, it's a Berlanti, so everybody will be saying the oath, even if they're just pushing papers in the office where Alan Scott works. Yeah.
Says Alan Scott used it a couple times, but has his own oath.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look, say that. Look, you're clearly not busy at work.
All right. Like, turn your cell phone on.
No, yeah, look, that's what I don't look as stupid as I felt on text.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I don't. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out. I mean, I'll tell you, like, I've been missing reading Green Lantern. I didn't realize how much I would want to be reading a Green Lantern book. And I know that they, or at least I believe they've come out with a new one recently that's, I guess, maybe more in line with what we were reading before Morrison took over. But I don't know. I'm waiting and seeing, you know, because it feels like there's about to be a shakeup with these DC books again anyway. So we'll see. So, yeah. Did you all see they announced the new name for the company for the Warner Brothers Discovery merger?
I did see that.
What is Discovery Brothers?
I wish. It's Warner Bros. Discovery.
Wow.
I know.
Can they get back to make comics?
I was just like, man, like, you want to talk about not trying? It's like, I don't know. I was just like, isn't there a better way? Like, there has to be a better name than that, right? Like, I mean, like I said, Discovery Bros would have definitely been, like, I understand why they didn't do that, but that would have been a better name. But it's like,
I know when I heard, like, I felt like I'm so ready for this.
You're ready for this company to take over?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, if Warner Bros. Discovery is the best they can do, they're not going to take over the streaming market. I promise you that.
Like, the streaming market, but they're going to make moves. Like, yeah, they're going to make some moves.
Hey, listen, I guess I hope you're right. You know, it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where, wait, say it again, Jay?
I know, I hope I'm right. Like, I don't know. I just feel this tightness about it. Like, I feel good things are going to happen. Like,
well, I hope good things happen for DC Comics. I mean, you know, I just want, like, the characters are too cool. Okay, maybe not cool, but they're too iconic to, be neglected. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I need Discovery or anybody else to have more of a hands-on in the things that are going on there. I just want the people that are going to be telling those stories to feel supported, and I'm sure that it doesn't feel like they felt that way in a long time. So, yeah. So, and it would be nice if they have stability too. Like, they don't feel like they don't have to worry anymore about a whole bunch of layoffs and all that kind of stuff. Because it feels like these fools get rid of people like every so many months just because,
Right.
Do you guys want to see what Lilith looks like with Kate Blanchett playing her?
No.
See what who looks like?
Lilith in the Borderlands movie.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
I'm sharing the screen.
Okay.
The headline is very exaggerated. Like
Oh.
that's Kate Blanchett. It
I
was
see
shared. It was shared. Like, yeah, I got so mad. So because you picture Lilith, you got that in your mind, But yeah, Curtis Lee Jamie, which I guess is somebody working on the movie. Look, yeah, she leaked this scoop of
Wait, why did you say that?
why what?
Why did you say Curtis Lee Jamie?
That's her name.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
That's not her name on Instagram. I'm using her Instagram name. Yeah.
Okay.
That's an Instagram picture. So I go by using.
I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying it like that?
I still call.
It's like
Yeah.
it is Jamie Lee Curtis. Everyone's reporting it as her leaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you went and used the Instagram name, which she switched up. So I was just wondering why. You answered my question. Like you're switching it up and saying it weird because that's how she's got her Instagram going. So okay, that answers my question.
Look, I call people by their fucking their gamer tags or whatever name they are online.
You don't call me by my gamer tag.
But it's because it's too many syllables. But Spike Spiegel, I call him whenever I talk to. Hey, it's my friend Spike Spiegel. Whenever I introduce him when we used to hang out, when he used to come out. Octo Camo, like he's grown man, has $2. $2. He doesn't even go by Octo Camo anymore, but he's still Octo Camo to me.
He's still Octo Camo.
One syllable. It's J, like one syllable.
Oh, then I use that. Look, I thought it was Rabbit Wolf J.
No, I don't even use that anymore. I'm J Random now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. I call you J all the time.
I feel like every time you say J Random, there should be like a record scratch. J Random.
Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, but not like a scratch like he messed up, like a hip hop record scratch.
Yeah, I have those.
J Random. Like that?
No, not like that.
Like J Random. Wiki wah wah. Like that?
Whoa. I gotta make you a hip hop playlist. So you never make that noise again. I'm not mad at that.
Speaking of playlists, like I saw something a little kind of funny.
What's that?
You know how they have like lo-fi beats to chill to?
Yeah.
Steady to?
Yeah.
Which Humor had a hardcore metal beats to stress / cram to.
Okay.
Which I thought that was funny.
Wait, what kind of songs was it?
Heavy metal songs.
It was heavy. Damn. That's wild. Like that's kind of funny. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
This show is so weird, sober.
Amen, brother. I saw Heck earlier asking about about the DC. Is it DC? Is it gonna stand for Discovery Comics now? It's like I don't think so. Say what?
So that would be awesome.
Would it?
I like it. Discovery Comics.
Oh,
dude, that's amazing. Like, way better than Detective.
Wow. I don't know, Jay. I feel like there's too much history with Detective Comics, man.
Yeah, that's history.
but hey, for the longest time, we were like, is DC Comics just going to go away? Just those character IPs just kind of float to someplace else. It's like you can definitely have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman without a Detective Comics. Like that could happen.
Right.
I haven't. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, did we talk about the Naomi live action show?
I think
no.
so.
We did?
We mentioned it in passing.
Okay.
But
We
what?
got promo pictures now.
Oh, nice.
Wait, we got what promo pictures?
Cast promo pictures.
Oh.
At least that's what I heard.
I haven't read Naomi.
You should.
We did.
I did?
Yeah, when we reviewed it at your house when we were doing the daily shows.
Naomi?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's the new one. That's the one for Wonder Comics, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's the other one. The other one he did for like the little girl one that his daughter wrote.
That wasn't Naomi. That was.
I know. What was it called? Noemi?
Is that Amethyst?
No. It was a creator owned.
Oh.
It was Bendis's daughter that wrote it
and Oming
drawing it. That's what I thought he was talking about.
Oh,
But-
okay. Yeah.
But
I don't know. What was how did the cast photos look, Jay?
Oh, did I say cast photos?
That's what I thought because you kind of
What
scrambled.
did you say? That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Oh,
Maybe.
I might have said that, but I was mistaken. But we do have the director. The person steamrolling it is Ava DuVernay. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Yes, Ava DuVernay. I love that Jay lives in a world where he's like never even heard of her.
I heard
that one movie with the Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, The Color Purple.
No, the new Oprah Winfrey movie that
The Help.
did based on the book that I loved as a child.
Where the Red Fern Grows?
Nah, Wrinkle in Time,
Oh yeah.
where the fairies almost kill the children because they take them to a 2D plane and they forgot the humans were 3-dimensional.
I always wanted to read that book when I saw it like at the library when I was a kid because it just
Yeah.
had a good cover and the name too, like A Wrinkle in Time. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to toot my own horn here and say, I was a little smarter than the kids around me, but it's like wrinkle in time. How do you wrinkle time? Like only if time was a wave or a plane, like as in time. So that, but I didn't read it because maybe I was a little smarter than the kids around me, but I wasn't that smart. So instead, I just went to listen to Dice Clay and Sam Kinison.
Indeed.
But yeah, Ava DuVernay was actually going to do the New Gods movie, and then she got fired.
Did she get fired?
Like the movie got the kibosh. Like they stopped doing it. Like when
Yeah. I think that's different.
Nah, but it's still fire. You still lost the job. She got laid off.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know.
She might have gotten severance. She might have not.
So Ava DuVernay is gonna do Naomi.
Yeah.
Okay. What does Naomi do?
She's just got powers.
Thanks, Jay.
It's super strength, super speed, or enhanced speed, super strength. I believe she flies. She's got like a super generic power set. The strength of her story is just her story, where she's like basically trying to figure out her origin.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, that's fair.
And this is the book you were talking about, man. Takio.
That's almost like Naomi if you like jumble it around and change the T and the K to like an N and an M.
I do remember that, us reading that.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, she
But-
broke her hand.
Like I want to see like yeah, I would rather see that than Naomi in a TV show.
No, I think well, I would be a little more excited about Naomi if it weren't the WB. But
Yeah, I mean,
Naomi has potential. Like it could be really good.
Wait, so it's a TV show, not a movie?
Yes.
Okay, well, but Ava DuVernay makes great TV.
does
What
she?
has she done?
She did whatchamacallit? She directed Scandal.
I didn't watch
That wasn't her.
She directed it. She didn't write it. She
Who wrote-
directed
Are you sure?
it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Shonda Rhimes created it,
Right.
but she directed episodes.
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, all those episodes are good. Not that I watch it. I don't watch it. No.
I didn't watch it. Has she done anything I've seen?
No, because she does too much black stuff, Joe, and you know you hate the blacks. Have you heard of Queen Sugar?
No, I haven't even heard of that one.
Okay, that's supposed to be a really good show too. I actually haven't seen it myself, but I've heard good things.
Black Combat in the chat says, "Praise be to Shondaland."
There you go.
I mean, it does some white stuff.
Jay, really, man, really.
Well, Joe celebrating Pride Month, White Pride.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Hey, look, if she directed a random episode of of Scandal, those were good.
Mm-hmm. And she did good with Selma too, the movie.
Okay, yeah, that was. I didn't watch it, but I know that was good.
Hmm?
I don't like depressing stuff.
Okay.
That's why I don't watch like all those Japanese earthquake animes.
Oh, wait, are there a lot of Japanese earthquake animes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they have a lot of earthquakes, Larry.
No, I know they have earthquakes. I mean, that doesn't mean they want to mess around and make anime about them. But
Well,
I
they
didn't-
do it a bunch of times.
Yeah, they just
Okay.
call it slice of life because they have so many earthquakes.
That's so wrong.
I mean, I always end up wanting to cry, and it's not a good look for me.
You can cry, Joe. Nothing wrong with that.
I cry all the time.
There you go. All the time. He's like, I'm crying on the inside right now. Yeah.
Let's all just have a good cry.
Oh, she did the Family Feud video?
What?
She directed the Family Feud video. The Jay-Z Beyonce video. Family Feud.
Oh.
She wrote
That
and directed that.
What'd you say?
She wrote and directed it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's only like 2 minutes or so.
What, the Family Feud video?
Yeah.
Nah, it's longer than 2 minutes. It's like a mini movie.
Oh, like that Stuck in the Drive-Thru? Nah, I'm not watching that.
I don't know what's stuck in the drive-thru.
That's the Weird Al song. It's like a 10-minute song, parody of Stuck in the Closet.
Oh, got you.
Parody of that.
Right. Okay.
Tiger Claw says, "I bet Joe cries after reading a comic." I've yet to find a comic that made me cry. Mostly just movies and TV shows, and then just when I'm sitting alone with my own thoughts.
Oh. Well, there. Joe played that super straight. I'm sorry. I'm like, geez. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, damn, I wasn't even a joke. My bad. Oh God. Don't worry. I'm gonna give you a hug next time I see you, friend. I promise. I promise. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. What? Anything else out of chat? Nah.
With the Black Compact comment,
Yeah.
Hexzilla says, "So what happens when WB buys WWE? We get DC or we get DC WWE comics. Let's go." I've yet to read a good WWE comic.
Yeah.
I know.
WWDC. And they'll make bracelets that you wear along with them. Yeah.
I bet you Marvel could make a good one.
You know, oh, go ahead.
Oh. No, Marvel, they're the ones that can't be trusted the most with that.
Why?
It's like, you remember Super Pro. Like, that was awful. Like,
and Super Pro was in like the early 90s, right?
So was wrestling.
I don't like, I mean, so what, Joe? Like, I mean, I'm like, things change. Like, like
they don't
Marvel can make a good wrestling comic now, I think.
I don't think so.
Okay. Wow.
You know who made good wrestling comics was Chaos Comics back in the day. They did the Undertaker, you know, and they picked the people they were gonna do. So they did an Undertaker comic, a Mankind comic, a Kane comic. Like they had a Kane, I think it was either Kane or Undertaker team up with a Mankind. So that was like, you know how they used to do, especially back then in the Attitude Era, they would Mick Foley would pair with, like, it'd be like an odd couple thing for a tag team, and they did that in comic form for that adventure, and they did good work with those properties in the comics, and you know they brought in the wrestling in it, but it was mainly the stories of the character, that what you see when they're not wrestling. So not what the wrestlers do on the road, but like what the character does in that fantasy world.
Yeah,
and that's what it. And then I mean, they did the ICP comics, which were good too. That's kind of wrestling-ish because they just took that with their music, and it was good.
Hex says Marvel did WCW comics.
Oh, see,
and Capullo worked on Undertaker comics back when the Spawn guy.
Yeah, I remember I had to like sneak my. I had to sneak my Undertaker comics into my John Milton textbook, like in 10th grade English class. It's like, oh wow, he's really enjoying that literature, and it was Undertaker comics on the inside. And I remember this friend of mine, this girl, and she's like, "Man, you're really into that book?" And it's like, John Milton's Paradise Lost is intriguing to me. Now that I'm an adult and hate religion, but in 10th grade me, that all I cared about was wrestling, lifting weights, smoking weed, and getting girls. It's like, and comics, like, and metal, like, it's like, yeah, Undertaker, slide that right into that textbook.
Wow. I never did that. As much as I love comics, I never. But I don't know. I was gonna say I probably should have, but actually no, because I like books too.
Look, you had a mother that loved you.
It's true.
So she nurtured your thirst for like academia.
Yeah. What were you gonna talk about next, Mo?
Last week we were talking about news. We talked about the casting of the dude that played Jackass. I'm blanking on his name as Craven in the Sony movies. Now this isn't exactly news, but it's news to me, and I didn't see it. I'm like, he can't play it. But Dave Ryan grabbed a white cover and drew that actor as Craven with his own idea and concept. And I'm like, dude, you should really do concept art for that movie, because now I want to see that movie after seeing Dave Ryan do art. And we've had Dave Ryan on the show. You know, you can go back and look at our Mandalorian special, finale special. He was one of our panelists there. And he's a great artist. He does, and then he did an Immortal Hulk. I wish I would have brought that here. He did one for the Immortal Hulk 41 or Immortal Hulk #1 white cover, but it was like he wrote with a Sharpie Immortal Hulk stir, and it was it was Hulk Hogan. It was awesome. But I was like, man, maybe look, if they actually follow the comic designs, like that guy might be able to pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks great. And you know, I mean, it goes without saying, Dave Ryan is ridiculously talented.
Yeah.
But
you meant to say Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Kick-Ass. Sorry. Kick-Ass, Jackass, Blackass, like they're all the same to me.
That's hilarious. I didn't catch it. But yeah.
I meant to say he was a jackass.
Right. Right. Yeah, man. You know, another thing that kind of went by a while back that we didn't actually talk about on the show. There are talks that Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on the short list to play Dr. Aphra in live action in one of these Star Wars movies. Or maybe shows. Who knows, right? But I was like, oh, we should. I just feel like we should mention that, just because. I mean, not only is it Chloe Bennett, but you know, I know how much Jay you like Dr. Aphra. What do you think about that casting or that potential casting?
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Chloe Bennett. But she does look like Dr. Aphra.
Yeah.
Trying to bring up pictures of both.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I can tell you, like, based on like what I've seen her do acting wise, I feel like she could definitely like encapsulate that character. Like, I don't think it would be hard for her at all. Yeah. Wait, Oz is in chat. Chloe Bennett's already a Powerpuff Girl and won't have time for movies.
That's not true.
I agree.
Yeah, she's playing Blossom.
Yeah, is that a good thing? Oh, well, I guess you don't know because you don't know her work.
Right. So
but the thing is,
Chloe Bennett. Oh, I thought this was going to go faster. Go ahead.
I think she could do a movie. The movie, her scenes in a Star Wars movie would take, now that I'm in the business, I can tell you, it'll take about 37 days at the most, because they're not trying to go over budget, and there's SAG and union fees that they got to do. So they try to keep it to 28 days. So they could do it on off time of Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls, I think, only has 11 episodes because it's a pilot season thing. They might not commit to a full season right off the bat. So in her contract, it might be stipulated that if she has an offer to do something beyond those 11 episodes before they confirm that she can go ahead and do it, and they have to worry about that second season. The first season will probably be 11 episodes, and that's if she's the high demand person in that show.
Right.
Probably not, So yeah,
that's true.
And here is a somewhat small picture of Dr. Aphra. But yeah, just like her.
Yeah, I mean, I think she would be a really good casting. Like if they, based on what I've read from Afra in the comics, she can knock that role out the park.
And Chloe Bennett, did she do anything else? Did she do besides Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I mean, I'm sure she has, but I don't know what it is off the top. Like, I can look real quick.
I mean, I think she did a good job there from what I saw. So I think she can do, with the Dr. Afra thing, it's more about the content and what they put in on the directing side and the writing side. I think she's got enough chops to pull off if she's got a good team giving her good stuff to work with,
Yeah.
Because there was in especially when she was developing powers and stuff. And really, I'm just talking shit because I never really watched it. I'm just vamping while you find the film.
Well, I'm looking at it, and I'm literally like, oh, I don't know what, like, I don't know any of these shows. She was in Nashville.
Oh, all right.
For Emily 7 episodes.
Yeah, Emily watched that.
Okay. And it looks like everything else. Yeah, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is like her big TV role. Basically, it looks like. And then, like she did a couple movies, but none of it is anything that I'd be like, oh, you would know her from this. So, hey, maybe this will be her another breakout role for her. So I don't know. Well, all right, yeah, that's the right way to say that.
Hey, look, the thing is, as an actor, I wish I could have done this, where it's like you get into a Star Wars, you become a character in a Star Wars thing or a Star Trek thing, or even like a good CW show. Like even with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she might be able. You can make a living on the convention circuit, like selling autographs. So that's like if Powerpuff Girls works out between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that and Star Wars, then that's it, man. She could just do conventions and retire. Yeah. Now it's a lot of work traveling, but as long once pandemic and shit works out that way, it'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Have any of you have either one of you checked out that MODOK show?
I have not. I've been to.
I've seen a couple of clips, but I don't have Hulu right now.
Yeah, I checked it out. I literally just watched an episode of it, and I feel like you got to be in the right mood for it. I don't think I was, but it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't. Like, I guess I was thinking it was going to be a little bit funnier because, Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, and MODOK's kid.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. It might be funny enough for some people. I know for me, I was just like, I should watch something else. So I did, but I have to revisit it. But I was like, oh, yeah, this is not. Yeah. This is not for me right now.
Did you read that Oz chat? Where Oz says, based on the script for the pilot, Powerpuff Girls isn't going to work?
Look, that chat is fine, but if he was here, he could tell us why it wouldn't work, and I could go grab a beer while he's saying it. And, and the audience would benefit more. That little codex of a text is all right, good, yeah. Based on the script pilot, it might not work.
So you may or may not know that the script was leaked. a couple weeks back. We leaked for a little bit, and then the company basically started going after people that were spreading the script and to convince us that it was a real script. And afterwards, they said they were thinking about making changes based on response to the leaked script. So, yeah, it's a weird situation.
But what did the script say to make it seem like it wouldn't work?
There were like a couple of key points where, there's a part where Bubbles is complaining about them being whitewashed in the cartoon. And I didn't actually read the entire script or any of it. I just know what people were saying. That's one of the things they were saying the most. And kind of just like an overall, this isn't good. Like, what?
Mojo Jojo in it?
I don't know. Like, I assume he is. I assume he is, and him were the rumors about the main villains we might see. But yeah, Tiger Claw wants to know, what made CW think the Powerpuff Girls would work as a live action series? Sometimes you think things will work if you just change everything about them.
I mean, from a Money Magnum perspective, I can tell you what exactly happened there, Tiger Claw. And what it was is AT&T spent a lot of money getting Warner Media. It was like, let's get whatever idea they have, whatever they've ever done, and just remake this. Let's not try to create something new, because we got to make this move. Right when they bought it, pandemic happened. Nobody's seeing movies. Nobody's doing this. And let's try to rehash whatever properties we have, so we don't have to buy rights for nothing. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Tiger Claw says, I've never seen the cartoon, but I heard one of the characters on this live action series they made black, when on the show the character was white. Yes.
That seems consistent with modern day Hollywood casting.
Right. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't, referencing the cartoon is a mistake. Oh yeah, Mo's gone. The other thing that people were iffy about, or didn't like about the script, was in the script, the kids are kind of angsty, and they're basically coming off as if oh, we never wanted to be heroes. You kind of forced us to do it as kids. You exploited us. And, fans of the original cartoon aren't really digging that, because in the cartoon, that absolutely wasn't the case. So, that's another thing people are not liking about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I will say that just because something's a cartoon doesn't mean it wouldn't work in live action. In fact, I mean, all we're talking about are mediums. If a story's solid, whether it's animated or whether it's, real life or live action. So, but Powerpuff Girls, I wouldn't say it couldn't work in live action. I would just say it probably is going to be expensive.
No, they're not going to. Yeah, they're going to do the cheap route.
Well, yeah, but to do it well or do it right, it would be expensive. I saw. Say again, Mo?
I'm mad that they're not doing a live action Samurai Jack, and strip everything about it and just put it on CW, where everybody he comes in contact with in Berlanti fashion becomes a samurai.
I would hate that. A live action Samurai Jack.
But teeny bopper people would love it.
But I wouldn't.
Yeah. They don't care what you think.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's Starfire Black.
I just feel like Samurai Jack doesn't speak enough to be on the CW. Like, we need this fool to like just give like long speeches and stuff. And I'm like, not Samurai Jack though.
Speaking of
Samurai Jack.
way too much, I saw the Snake Eyes trailer. God, he is just non-stop during this movie speaking.
The Snake Eyes got the gift of gab.
What the fuck? Like, it's ridiculous.
Hey man, that's his Superman neck snap. You know, by the end of the movie, he'll be mute.
Yeah, that's man. I'm not gonna see it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, I'm out. Like, I can't deal with all that talk. Not from Snake Eyes.
It
There it is.
Snake Eyes.
Like, what are they doing over there with these Hasbro properties? Snake Eyes talking up a storm, but Bumblebee can't talk.
Yeah.
Tiger Claw said Snake Eyes movie is the origin. He'll lose his voice at the end. He's not supposed to lose it.
Yeah.
I know you don't know when he lost his voice, Tiger Claw, but he doesn't lose it as an adult. Like, he loses it as a kid. Like, he grew up not talking. Like, changing it, like, yeah, I don't like it. Like, it's like one of the most fundamental things about Snake Eyes. Like,
Right.
talk.
Welcome to my Eternals experience.
I'm just saying, if they could have solved this by having him communicate through the radio,
You
and this
know what?
problem would have been solved easy.
And here's the real problem with Paramount Hasbro movies is that they're just ableist and pushing this ableist agenda. How dare they make fun of the people that can't talk or are born deaf or differently abled?
I mean, yeah, you kind of got a point. It's like, who are they to say people like mutes can't be leads in a movie?
Here's the thing. I tried to tell that argument to people that had those conditions, and the deaf guy couldn't hear what I was saying. And then the mute guy didn't tell me anything. So it's like, I don't know where they stand.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, if you want representation, you got to speak up.
Yeah.
If you all want more mute people in leading roles, y'all need to speak up.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's so wrong.
This is what happened when we don't have segments to talk about. Speaking of people, it's like, oh, go ahead, Joe.
One more thing from Tiger Claw. Now, since IDW are making the G.I. Joe comics, I would like to see a TMNT G.I. Joe crossover. Do you think that's feasible? Yes. If they can cross over with Batman, they can cross over with G.I. Joe.
No.
Look, it should have happened already.
Why don't you think that's feasible? I mean,
Everyone knows that ninjas have no place in G.I. Joe.
yeah, but they do.
No. Everyone knows that about G.I. Joe.
Just
All the
two.
real G.I. Joe fans know no ninjas in G.I. Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually think that might have happened already, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. It may or may not have. Like, I know that Hasbro did like a line-wide like comic event with all of the properties crossing over, but obviously TMNT wasn't a part of that. So I don't know. But at the same time, too, I've never been a big fan of the properties crossing over like that. Like G.I. Joe Transformers is like one of the, like, I can't say I allow, but it's like, I'm just like, okay, that like that's part of the lore to, you know, at this point. So you just like, it is what it is. But I know for me, it's like, it doesn't excite me. Like I like the mashup aspect of it. Like I like if they made like, you know, good toys that were, you know, a Decepticon Hiss tank or something like that, I would buy that because that's awesome. But as far as like trying to create a story around that, it's like I don't need that.
I think my favorite Ashley Wood picture is a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover pick.
Yeah, you know, the mashup aspect is great.
Now, Ashley Wood, like the Spawn guy, Ashley Wood.
I don't know if he did Spawn. I think he did.
If it doesn't look like how I see it in my head, I'm gonna be disappointed. But I mean, he is a versatile artist, so he can do stuff that doesn't look like what I like as his work for Spawn. But every time I look at art on Instagram from comic artists I'm like, you fucking ableist bastards, because I'm not able.
Did you find it, Jay?
I did.
Yay. That's funny.
While you guys are doing that, there's a new story. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's Spawn Ashley Wood. That's look, it's better than I imagined it in my head. Man.
Yeah, Ashley Wood is amazing. And I just will forever love this pick.
Yeah.
That was like Toy Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, not Toy G.I. Joe, but yeah. Man. So
That's interesting. Yeah, that's nice.
Speaking of ableist bastards, Donny Cates and Ryan Otley are relaunching the Hulk on for Marvel in November.
Damn, that looks amazing.
Yeah, and like I had to zoom in because it's like you got to look at all these details like that. Like it's just a good ass picture. Like, you know, it got the bomb kind of analog homage thing with the Hulk in the explosion and Banner at the roof. It just looks so. Just when I thought I was out for Marvel, they pulled me back in.
Pull you back in. I mean, that cover is actually very impressive.
Yeah,
it's interesting though, because it's like I haven't read the entire Immortal Hulk line, but it's one of those books that people rave about. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Supposedly, what I've read of it was really good.
I read a trade paperback that had a good amount of books in there, and look, it was good. I didn't finish it yet, but it was good. And but just even like that's the number one, even if you haven't read that, but it's Donny Cates.
Yeah.
And Ryan Otley, like,
yeah,
you know, we had Spider-Man with Nick Spencer, Ryan Otley. The art in that book I loved, but it you know, Nick Spencer has his. I think he's a creator-owned guy. Like, I want to read what he thinks up with for himself.
Yeah,
the good load.
Especially it was rough with him coming like after Slot.
Oh yeah. It's, you know, you never want the guy right after the guy. You want the guy that replaces the guy that didn't cut it. And
right,
he didn't cut it, but you know, they appealed to a different group of Spider-Man fans. They wanted to get the guys that hated Slot. So
yeah,
you know, and I still enjoy what he did up until, you know, I stopped reading after a while. But look, when I saw Joe Kelly and Chris Machado doing this nonstop Spider-Man, I'm like, all right, like if they would have came in after Spencer on Amazing, I'd be like, that's amazing. Yeah.
right.
But yeah. But who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe this is a testing ground. But yeah, it's man, good shit. I'm gonna expect a review, but you're only gonna get it if you hit like, subscribe, and the bell. Because I don't, it's gonna be in November, so I'll probably do it sometime in November, in the one shot or whatever. Neil Gaiman was in the news. He people were mad about the casting for the next round of casting for Sandman Netflix. And one of the things they were mad about was Desire being, I guess now people put their pronouns when they do their headshots. So she,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So all these I looked at it and I was like, oh, Death is black. Okay. And I was excited to see who they were going to cast because I have a picture of what I like to see as Death in my mind's eye. When I see that action, and it's a black person, and typically the way the comic looks, I wouldn't be primed to see one. But realistically, it could be anybody. It's more about the attitude and the way she portrays the comforting and the interactions with people in their dying minutes.
Or does she kind of look like her?
I think she can do it. Like, that's why I was like, oh, it's a black person. But I'm like, okay, it's like, we'll see. I want to see. My initial thought was like a little bit of shock, because it's not, Death is pale as fuck. Like, that is not even a white person. It's a pale person. So it's like, oh, we can just paint her white and do it. But, they're probably not going to do that. And
White face.
yeah. And so, but then everybody was just mad about Desire and being a non-binary person. And I was like, well, I read the comics. So my initial thought was I actually didn't give a fuck about anybody on this list. Like, let me zoom down for you guys. I didn't care about anybody on this list. Here, David Thewlis is a good actor. He's playing John D. I don't care. I don't care. Like, my biggest thing was fucking who's gonna be Sandman and who's gonna be Death, who's gonna be Lucifer, shit like that. But at this point, but yeah, people were really mad about Despair being a non-binary person, and in the comics, she's actually
Desire.
Yeah, Desire. Sorry, it is a non-binary character. Like, and they didn't have that then, or they didn't call it that then, so they didn't really make an issue. You just, from reading the story and hearing the dialogue and all that, it was just a person. Like, to me as a child, it was a hermaphrodite. Yeah, and that's how I saw it. And really, like, when you think about the personification of the concept of desire, it's not like there really is no form or shape in terms of sexuality, because it's just a feeling. Yeah. So having it be non-binary as a character makes sense, and it made sense to me at 7 when I read it. I didn't have the issues that these people had on Twitter at 7. And mind you, I was homophobic at 7. I used to call people fags. Not gay people, because I didn't know they were gay at 7. Like, we're kids. But we would tease each other like that on the streets. Like, that's just what we did. And but I wasn't passing policy against gay people. But yeah, so it made sense to me then. And so yeah, I all I worried about was Death here. I think she's gonna do a good job. She's got a good look. She can play the perky, compassionate kind of character that's business. Like, you're gonna die, and be happy that you're gonna die, because at least you live a good life. So I think she can do it. But yeah, people were really mad, and then somebody said, like, I can't believe Neil Gaiman doesn't give a fuck about Sandman that much. I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm sorry, I love this girl. She's amazing.
Who?
What's she been in?
She was in Infinity Train.
Desire or Death?
Death.
Oh, okay.
Who was she?
She was Grace.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
She
that's
was
it.
Litex, man.
Jay is sold.
I am definitely sold.
Yeah. But yeah, they gave Neil Gaiman shit that he doesn't give a fuck about Sandman, and realistically, like I'm not even gonna be mad at that guy saying that. Well, I'm mad at him for saying that for Desire, because I'm more concerned about Lucifer, how that turned out, and other things, how to talk to girls at parties, yeah, other comic properties that I've seen that lead to now Sandman being on Netflix. So, and him not wanting to do certain things, but taking a check from a library to go read a book to kids, like shit like that. And I've actually said on this show he doesn't give a fuck about his work, in relation to a Sandman universe and things like that, where I've been a little bit critical of the decision they took and the people they chose to put in that pantheon of characters to carry on that legacy. But he responded to that dude and was like, I wish he would have responded to me on the show, on the air, but he responded to that guy on Twitter. And he said, I give all the fucks. Like, that's why it's taken so long to get this adaptation, because I passed on bad movies. And, I don't know what kind of deal he had with DC where they let him do that. And DC can just fuck up Jonah Hex, or fuck up John Constantine. But for some reason, DC can't fuck up, and Warner Brothers can't fuck up Sandman without Neil Gaiman wanting them to fuck it up. Yeah. But, yeah, here we are. And so that was him in the news. And another reader and Twitter guy said that Desire is non-binary in the comics, and he said if they actually read the comics they'd know that.
Yeah,
they're just mad. Their anger isn't even about the comics; it's about the non-binary part of it, which is just stupid. Like, if you're mad about people's on Pride Month, I'm saying this: if you're mad about people being non-binary or gay or trans or whatever, like, you need to really just figure out where you want to come, how you want to come, and don't bother anybody else on how they do it, really, because chances are you're really not coming the way you want to, and that's why you're so angry.
It's true. Yeah, man. It'll be interesting to see how Sandman turns out. Who's playing Sandman again, though?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't look like what I would look. His headshot doesn't look like who I would want to play him to play. But costumes and makeup, there's all that coming up,
right?
And we'll see it from there. But again, like I've with Sweet Tooth coming on Netflix, I've kind of I'm maturing. I'm like, I want to enjoy this, and I don't want to be aggravated beforehand. I'll save that for after.
He's trying to grow.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. But we'll see. Sandman, I'm still a little iffy, but that it doesn't seem like they're trying to connect it to the Lucifer show, so that should be good.
Yeah.
I was so mad because I just found out that one of the bands I like, Mirkur, they play a song in Lucifer, and I don't watch Lucifer, but it's like the first time I get to see that band's music in something mainstream. I'm at an impasse where it's like, should I just like watch that episode?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the right answer for you, Mo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's an unknowable answer. I'm not gonna.
It's unknowable.
Yeah, I'll just listen to that song on the album.
Yeah. So cool. What else we got? Which we might actually end on time today.
Yeah, Jupiter's Legacy was canceled.
What?
Yeah, the series was canceled. Netflix is reworking the franchise. They're typical Millar.
They're reworking it. Like, That doesn't sound like a cancellation. Like when you cancel something, it's done, right?
Well, the thing is, they have Millar stuff on the contract, so they own it, so they can bring it back. But they cancel what we know, what we see now is not. You're not going to get any more of that. If they bring any iteration of Jupiter's Legacy back, it'll be something that they just put another creative team to just make up based on the source material or the foundation they laid here.
And was it that bad?
No, it was good.
It was good, but that's part of the problem too, because people talk shit about the formula of the MCU and these superhero movies. They're not cinema, they're not this, but then you get Jupiter's Legacy where it's a little bit more meaty and substance, and not enough superheroics in the way that you would like or think of superheroics happening, and people don't like it. They don't want it, and it kind of goes back to Dan Didio saying like how mad people were about New 52 shit, but then when they changed from that, they were mad, but they weren't buying the old book. So we're starting to see. I kind of saw. I'm not gonna say I saw this coming, but it was a fear that I had deep in my brain, in my little brain, where it's gonna be like comics. People are gonna treat the comic book movies and superhero movies like comics, where it's like, it's run of the mill, and then when they give you something different and new, you're gonna hate on it.
Yeah.
Tiger Claw says they canceled Jupiter's Legacy and are gonna do Super Crooks, which is set in the same universe.
Yeah,
I halfway remember Super Crooks. Was that the one with the gambler?
I don't know.
That does sound about right.
Where the guy was using a precog to like scam this casino.
Yeah.
And then they have to like do a job for the casino when they catch him.
That kind of sounds like it. I didn't read Super Crooks because I was mad at Millar for one for Bloodsport, but the other for what's the Superior never coming out.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about Millar World. Look, for those of you who wanted more Jupiter's Legacy, like, welcome. Like, if you never read any of the comics, this is what happens. You don't get an ending.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So yeah, it's they bought Millar World even with the work ethic.
That's funny.
So, final thought time?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see.
All right. Jay Random, final thoughts.
That's a good. Yeah, I don't know. Fire Mutant's kind of cool, but it takes a while to get started. And I'm not sure I'm keen on Division 3, keeping Universe Unleashed the Light, adding Connie like tethered to Lion. So I guess it's fine.
Okay. Moses Magnum, final thoughts.
Subscribe, the deal. We're doing a lot of shit. We got stuff on Instagram. I was actually gonna play a preview of Last Annihilation for you guys, but we didn't have time. So, but it is on our Instagram, so go follow there. You're gonna get content there too.
There it is. What is that noise? Y'all hear that?
Sorry, it's Xbox, Microsoft, dude.
Oh,
Fucking me up right now.
Got it. I guess I'll say, because Mo said half the stuff I was going to say. So
wait,
marketing says that you have to repeat everything.
That's true. Go ahead, Jay.
I was in chat. Final thought. y'all should watch Superman and Lois.
That's true. I was gonna say, play Knockout City. It's a fun dodgeball video game, and I need people to play with. So look into it. that it really should. They should have or continue to have a demo for that, but they don't. I don't think. So I don't know. Either way, though, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Until then, we're the Fantastic Forum. We'll catch you. Good night. The extended cut.
Stupid Microsoft.